Life is like a mirror. It will smile at you, but only if you smile right back at it. Good morning, everyone. I am Jane Cruz, reminding you to turn your frowns upside down as we become critical, involved, and informed. Only here at Tiger News Weekly, taking the lead beyond the headlines. Another week has passed and another set of stories has been made. Themasians continue to make noteworthy and interesting events and announcements, giving you the freshest, latest, and unbiased reports. Here is Haylord Lavarias for the Varsitarians News Wrap.
Good day, Themasians. This is Haylord Lavarias from the Varsitarian, and we bring you the top stories of the week. Cirilio Bautista, Philippine Literature Giant 76. A titan of Philippine literature, national artist Cirilio Bautista died on May 6 at the age of 76. The former literary editor of the Varsitarian obtained his bachelor's and master's degree in literature in UST in City, respectively. In 1990, Bautista received his doctorate in language and literature from De La Salle. He taught literature and creative writing in UST from 1969 to 1970. Retiring is about the legacy. UST Rector tells 37 retiring faculty members. 37 retiring faculty members of the university were honored for their years of service on Wednesday at the Grand Ballroom of the Buenaventura Garcia Paredes OP building. In his message, Rector Father Herminio Dagohoy OP reminded this year's retirees of the legacy that they will be leaving behind to their students. Professor Jerome Amon, former head of UST's Electrical Engineering Department, and Associate Professor Clarita Marilyn Guevara, a chemical engineering professor, led the roster of retirees with 44 years of service. Vice Rector Father Richard Ang OP, Secretary General Father Jesus Miranda OP, and Cheryl Peralta, Vice Rector for Academic Affairs, joined the annual ceremony. Com Prof. Aurora Tuble, 52. Assistant Professor Aurora Tuble, who taught communication and journalism courses at the Faculty of Arts and Letters, died on May 6 after battling pancreatic cancer for 2 years. She was 52. Tuble taught in Artlets beginning 1999 and briefly served as journalism coordinator from 2005 to 2006. She obtained her bachelor's degree in communication arts at St. Paul University in Quezon City in 1986 and finished her master's degree at Ateneo de Manila University in 2002. Tuble was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer in 2015. Script writing, film criticism require understanding, Themasian film experts. Themasian film experts said writing and critiquing a film demand adequate understanding of the medium and its processes. In a script writing and film criticism seminar last April 25 at the Central Laboratory Auditorium, Jose Mojica, a member of the Screenwriters Guild of the Philippines, stressed the need to determine a problem for the characters in writing a script. Paul Castillo, a critic who publishes film reviews on his blog Kung Sine Sine Lang, said one's view of a film required references. The seminar was part of Pluma, a series of creative writing seminars on literary and socio-political subjects, as the contribution of UST Literary Society for the National Literature Month. Stay tuned for more news and updates. Visit the Varsitarian website at varsitarian.net and follow our social media accounts at Varsitarian UST. This is Haylord Lavarias. Good day.
Welcome back to Tiger News Weekly. It has been almost 5 years since the K-12 program was signed into law by our former President Benigno Aquino III, and almost 3 years since it was implemented here in our country. To feed us more details about this subject matter, let's all hear from Catherine Dave for Above the Fold.
Student Joaquin Chua will graduate this year. Joaquin from the music and design strand is an aspiring young professional who seeks to start a career in music. He belongs to the first batch of K-12 graduates. K-12 is the flagship education program of the Aquino administration. It adds 2 more years in high school with the goal of producing more job-ready students even without a college degree. But Joaquin thinks he is not yet ready to enter the workforce.
Tingin ko hindi pa kaya kasi marami pa kaming kulang na dapat matutunan before entering the real world.
Are the senior high school graduates ready to enter the workforce? The Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry said that SHS students need more time in their work immersion program before they could be considered as job ready. The PCCI was referring to the work immersion program under the senior high school curriculum.
Even if you go to college, you're not going to be ready for the world of work unless you really acquire the qualifications and competencies for the particular occupations and the jobs that you are going to enter. Well, on the other side, there are a lot more people looking for jobs than there are jobs available.
The Bureau of Local Employment said that the Department of Education may consider extending the hours of the students' work immersion.
We already informed the DepEd that the 80 hours is not sufficient, so they may consider having a longer hours of work immersion for the senior high school students.
To address this problem, the PCCI partnered with the German government in training students to be more job ready, which entails 800 hours of work immersion.
And we had a program that would enable them to gain the national certificate, and they got assessed by TESDA, and they passed they were granted the national certificate in 4 areas: housekeeping, hotel and restaurant service, front office service, and tourism promotion.
But the Department of Education defended the K-12 program, saying that it has equipped students with the values, knowledge, and skills that the industries need. DepEd also said that its strong partnership with different industries would enable graduates to strike a balance between theory and practice. However, according to the latest survey conducted by JobStreet, only 24% of employers said they are willing to hire senior high school graduates. 35% said they are not, while 41% said they are not sure.
When we ask them, their priority is really to hire college graduates because their vacancies, even if they're entry level, require a certain specialization that a college graduate has.
In an online exchange, the League of Filipino Students expressed agreement that SHS students are not yet ready to enter the job market. According to LFS, millions of SHS graduates will only add up to the growing number of reserve labor force. LFS added that the statement of PCCI only proves that the K-12 program is nothing but a scheme that aims to make cheap export workers. LFS also hit the number of internship hours in SHS program as they believe that it only allows company owners to exploit the free labor of students. Other youth groups such as the NUSP believe that senior high school students who plan to enter the workforce will add to the growing number of unemployment rate in the country.
Actually, if we are referring to blue-collar jobs, ay hindi talaga magiging job ready yung mga senior high graduates. Pero if you are to assess kung ano yung mga possible jobs na pwede nilang mapuntahan, yan ay yung mga tinatawag nating cheap and semi-skilled labor.
Kabataan Party List also said that the K-12 program is unhelpful to students.
Yung Kabataan Party List, we reiterate our stand na simula pa lang talaga, itong K-12 program, hindi talaga siya makakabuti, no, dun sa mga estudyante natin, lalong-lalo na sa mga pamilya nila. At yung promise, promise nito na magbibigay ito ng employment, no, para sa mga estudyante natin na fresh graduate from high school, ay sa simula pa lang talaga, nakikita na natin na medyo alanganin na matupad yung pangako na yun. Kasi in the first place, di ba, kahit na kahit nga sa mga college graduates natin, di ba, marami na yung mga nagiging unemployed, underemployed, di ba, kahit nung wala pa yung K-12 program.
Kilusang Mayo Uno also asserted the insufficient number of jobs in the country.
Sa ekonomiya kasi ng bansa, no, ng Pilipinas, wala kasing trabaho talaga na hihigop sa bilang ng mga manggagawa at hukbo ng mga manggagawa na walang trabaho.
Many senior high school students like Joaquin Chua are less likely to be employed unless they are degree holders. This will require 4 or more years of college education before they are qualified enough to enter the workforce. This is Catherine Dave, setting the agenda above the fold.
The University of Santo Tomas is set to welcome the first batch of senior high school graduates this year. These students are expected to be prepared for higher education. As they develop specialized skills, they are also expected to be job ready. Earlier this year, the Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry expressed doubt that SHS graduates are prepared to enter the workforce. Do the students themselves think that they are job ready?
For me po, hindi po kasi marami pa po kaming kailangan malaman bilang student po. Marami pa po kaming factors na kailangan ma-train.
Hindi pa sa ganun kasi una sa lahat, syempre mas iniisip ko pa rin na magkaroon muna ng degree sa college bago magtrabaho. And pangalawa, para sa akin, opinion ko lang naman, masabi ko na hindi naman kami parang ginawa talagang ready. Siguro parang ginawa kaming ready for college.
I don't think it matters if you're ready or not. If you really want to work, then you'll push yourself to work.
Hindi pa kasi para masyado pang nabigla kasi for now ginagawa namin yung mga academics and masyado siyang stressful. Tapos kapag magtatrabaho na kami for this year, parang masyado pang biglang, parang may kulang.
Hindi pa po kami ready sapagkat kakasimula pa lamang po ng K-12 dito sa educational system natin sa Pilipinas. So, kumbaga parang naging eksperimento pa lang po kami. Hindi pa po konkreto lahat ng mga bagay na kailangan natin para sabihin talagang job ready ang katulad po naming senior high school student.
Ako, from academic strand, feeling hindi ako job ready because we are prepared for tertiary level. Pero kay nasa iba na sa TechVoc, maybe they are job ready.
The K-12 program equips students with knowledge and skills needed in the market. For now, one thing is for sure. The merits of this education program will only be realized in the succeeding years. This is Keith Sazon for Vox Tigris, the voice of the Tigers.
Thank you, Catherine Dave, for that very insightful report. We have heard the voice and opinions of the Thomasians regarding the K-12 program and of how it made them duly equipped and more prepared for the next phase of their education and career. And speaking of being ready, a Thomasian figure of beauty and brains who is now all set to win the crown and the crowd will be joining us this morning. Let's all welcome one of the candidates for Miss Philippines Earth 2018, Miss Liz Mabao. Hi Liz, thank you for being here on the show.
Thank you for having me today.
So, we have prepared some questions for you. Just think of this as your pre-question and answer training for the pageant. So, how long have you been joining beauty pageants, and can you tell us some stories about it?
I started joining pageants when I was in third year high school. Before, I don't have any interest in joining pageants. Actually, pinilit lang ako nun to represent my section. But I've learned a lot in joining pageants and dun ako nagka-interest to join more pageants.
So, what motivated you to join Miss Philippines Earth?
Miss Philippines Earth is one of the pageants that has the best cause. It focuses not just on the beauty of the candidates, but more importantly, the significance of the beauty of the earth po. And it's such a privilege to be part of Miss Philippines Earth.
If I recall, you also joined the AYAA, if I
Yes.
remember, yes. But you were not chosen to represent the artlet community. How did
Yes.
that feel for you?
It's okay because I know it's also my negligence. I was late during the pageant. And I think yung nanalo naman is deserving. So, it's okay.
So, could you tell us about your advocacy?
My advocacy in Miss Philippines Earth is to go green. It is to promote the knowledge, awareness, and practices of environmentally friendly and economically responsible lifestyle to help protect our environment and, of course, to sustain our natural resources.
So, you talked about going green. Has that become a part of your lifestyle?
Yes, actually, we promote the no plastic.
Yes.
We are required not to use plastic and to bring tumbler every time we have an event and silver spoon and forks and no straws.
Okay. So, what are your preparations for this competition?
We do a lot of training, pasarela training, Q&A, and of course diet and workout.
Can you talk more about those kinds of preparations that you've been experiencing?
As much as possible, we have a training 2 times a week. Pasarela, we go to KF QC for our pasarela walk, and we do a lot of readings ng mga current issues about environment and ayun, diet and workout. 5 times, almost 5 times I do crunches, 5 times a week.
How can you connect the advocacy of going green to something as big as a beauty pageant?
Going green, in relating to it to beauty pageants, I think we beauty queens should have a lot of responsibility to what we are doing because every activities we do, it might be a micro activity, but it has a micro effect in our community. That's why we beauty queens should be a role model to everyone. We should start within ourselves before we influence other people to go green.
Do you consider yourself a role model for the Thomasians who are watching right now?
Yes, I do. I do believe that I am a role model to my fellow Thomasians.
So, how do you balance your studies? You are a student still,
Yes.
so how do you balance your studies and practicing for the pageant?
Actually, that's one of my problems. Kasi once you've signed in Miss Philippines Earth, you should have to leave school or your work. But I have to continue. So, ayun, I have problems with attending to school, but of course, I should make time to with my requirements at school. And actually, it took me, sometimes I wasn't able to go home kasi sobrang hectic ng schedule namin. Every day may activities and every day may school ako. So, it was one of my problems po, balancing school and my Miss Philippines Earth.
But if you have to choose between your education and
As
going
of the
to a
moment.
pageant, yes, as of the moment.
I think I'll have to choose my priorities, school po.
Oh, your priority is school. What do you have to say to other Thomasians who are like you, they're students, but they would want to pursue joining a beauty pageant?
Believe in yourself and never let others define you because, of course, only you could know your full potential.
So can you tell us more about your experience going through pageants?
Recently, I just joined a national pageant. It was
Yes.
Miss Philippines Island. Supposedly, I should be joining an international pageant. Pero nakasign na ako ng contract sa Miss Philippines Earth, and because of that, I didn't push through. But I think Miss Philippines Earth is a much better platform for my dreams to join bigger pageants po.
Do you have any organizations in the school?
Yes, I do have.
Yeah. Can you talk about the
I'm a member
organizations?
of Artistang Artlets.
Okay.
I just joined last year.
And how did that equip you for joining beauty pageants?
Through joining theater organizations, I was able to enhance my skills and confidence facing a lot of crowd.
Do you like theater?
I do. I'm
You
passionate
do.
about theater.
Just
Ever
as-
since high school, I am acting in my theater organization, my FUVI school.
Are you just as passionate when it comes to theater
And
Well,
pageants,
Yes, you're-
Equally passionate about both.
So how does it feel knowing that you are a candidate? You could be Miss Philippines Earth.
It's such a privilege and syempre nakakakaba, nakaka-pressure na I'm one of the contestant in one of the most prestigious pageant in the Philippines.
Are you the youngest?
No, the youngest is 18 and I'm already 19, so second to the youngest.
Oh, but you're one of the
Yeah.
youngest. So how does it feel competing against, there are ladies who are much older than you. So how does that feel?
I think age should not be a basis of one's credibility and ability to compete. I think I'm already equipped naman na to compete with much older girls.
Okay. So thank you so much, Liz,
Thank
for
you.
being here.
Thank you so much for
Why
having
don't you
me.
invite the Thamashan community to watch your upcoming competition?
Yes, guys, please support us. And we will having a intelligence pre-pageant on May 13 this Sunday, and it'll be telecasted live on our Miss Philippines Earth official Facebook page. And of course, our coronation night on May 19, Saturday, and it'll have a late telecast on ABS-CBN May 20. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Liz. And I am sure that the whole Thamashan community is rooting
Thank
for you.
you.
I'm rooting for you.
Thank you
Good
so
luck
much.
and congratulations. So, no matter what happens, we just want you to know that you have made us so proud already and proving that you are indeed competent, compassionate, and committed, which are the Thamashan core values.
Thank you.
Tiger News will be back after a short break.
Nadagdag yung legs ko.
And you're tuned in to Tiger News Weekly. From tackling matters about education and celebrating the beauty and excellence of Thamashans, why don't we further freshen up ourselves with the hottest sports updates we've all been waiting to hear? Digging out different stories of success and struggles and enlightening us about the narratives behind every sweat and trophy, here is Jom Hernandez for the Frontrunners.
Good day, Nationals. This is John Hernandez from the Frontrunners saying that the University of Santo Tomas successfully defended the overall championship crown here in España. You heard it right, everyone. What a way to end the season with a back-to-back win. Here are more details on our rundown. With 283 points, the University of Santo Tomas finished on top of the general standings for the UAAP Season 80 overall title. The USC Growling Tigers took home 6 golds, 7 silvers, and 3 bronze medals as they win their 42nd overall title. The De La Salle University followed in second place with 269 points, and the University of the Philippines gets third with 234 points. UST loses on its final game against UP in the UAAP Season 80 football finals. Despite their defeat, UST's Zaldi Abraham Jr. took home the Best Goalkeeper award. 8 players are expected to graduate this year with Jopre Del Molino, AJ Pasion, Marvin Briseño, Gino Clarino, Kenneth Tuazon, Efren Minaez, and Darwin and Junition Busmillon. The UST Growling Tigers finds a new player in Solmain Chabio to play the UAAP basketball. The former Colegio de San Juan de Letran Griffins player transfers to UST after the Colegio de San Lorenzo decided to disband its basketball team. The 6'6" Chabio will still need to undergo a year of residency before he can play for season 82 of UAAP men's basketball. Speaking of new players in the hardcourt, the former archer Brent Paraiso played for the University of Santo Tomas in the Colleges Basketball League. Paraiso, who took a leave of absence from the Archers, scored 17 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1 steal and a block for the Growling Tigers. Sherwin Concepcion, a former player from Mapua University, also scored 38 points and 10 rebounds for the Growling Tigers. The UCBL Summer Tournament is a preseason competition that includes schools from the UAAP and NCAA. And volleyball, the Philippine Bets lost to their respective matches in the Manila Open of the Federación Internacional de Volleyball Beach Volleyball Tour at the SM Sands. Golden Tigress Cherry Rondina was paired with former Ateneo de Manila University Lady Eagle Angeline Gervasio in FIVB. Their pair lost to Japanese players in the quarterfinals, finishing 6th, the highest in the women's team. In men's play, the former Tiger Spiker Chris Roy Guzman and Henry Pacanya lost to Taiwan's Wang Qinju and She Yanzhen. Winners in the FIVB will take home $10,000 and ranking points for winning country. 2 Golden Tigresses took home the special awards in the women's play of UAAP volleyball. Cherry Rondina is named as the best scorer, while the Phil-Italian Milena Alessandrini bags the Rookie of the Year award this season. And in men's play, JV Sumagaysay wins the Best Blocker award this season in UAAP men's volleyball. Congratulations, athletes! Tomasians are not only measured in their victories, but also by being able to withstand difficulties and moving forward from it. And after their stellar performances this season, the university finished on top at the sports department. It is a testament of how hardworking, persistent, and skillful our athletes have become over the course of the season. For that, we are grateful to those who did their part and played their best this season. And with confidence to say that, we successfully defended the crown here in España. Once again, I am Jom Hernandez from the Frontrunners, and this has been the Frontrunners First in Line Legacy Through Time.
And that was Jom Hernandez from the Frontrunners. Continue to be vanguards of Tomasians news by staying informed and updated on Twitter by following @VarsitarianUST or varsitarian.net. You may also catch the replay of today's episode of Tiger News Weekly later at 2:30 p.m. To watch the previous episodes, you can visit and subscribe to UST Tiger TV Online on YouTube. This has been Jane Cruz for the last time, leaving you the note that beauty accompanied by intelligence is a lethal combination. Have a beautiful and a meaningful weekend ahead, and good luck to all of us this finals period. We'll see you again next season right here on Tiger News Weekly, taking the lead beyond the headlines. Have a great day, Tomasians!